Hi guys, it's Matty here. I thought I'd send you a video as I'm too lazy to text and it's too much to text. So I just thought I'd show you what I'm up to at this time of year. You know, now's a great time to go and plan our years ahead and really get focused on what we want to achieve and to live this year deliberately and not just at the mercy of what opportunities come our way. And you've all done this before in the diary day, and I just thought I'd run you through it again in case your memories fade in, and just to hopefully get you asking more of yourself for the next 12 months to come. Alrighty, so you've done this before, and hopefully that pushed you and asked more of yourself, and hopefully you know would have achieved some of that. And if you look back at your calendar that you planned with your years, some of it would have worked out and some of it wouldn't. That's just the way it is. It never works out exactly the plan. And you'll usually find the things that didn't work out came down to two things. You probably didn't have the time or the money. And that's the big dictator with you know what limits us and how we actually want to live our lives. So let's get around to fixing that. Let's get a balanced life, and you know, let's aim for the moon. If we miss, you know, we'll end up amongst the stars. So now's the time to do it, and this is exactly what I'm going to be doing over the next 2 weeks. So remember the 5 colours that we planned out our diary in. We had the categories of wealth, relationships, adventure, health, and fun and contribution. So what I want you to do is get 5 texture colours, hopefully the same ones as last year to keep it simple. And I want you to get an A3 sheet of paper for each one. And I want you to write in colour on the top what each heading is. So this is what I'm doing. I've got my relationships here. I'm going to stick it down. I'm not doing it just in half an hour. I'm going to take a couple of weeks to do this. So I'm going to have this on the wall with my textures on the counter next to it. And I'm going to simmer it and muck around with it, and you know, put stuff on and take stuff off, and just really, you know, have a quality set of outcomes that I'm going for. And if you've got a partner, it's great if you can get them to do it too. So you can show them this video if you like, and hopefully they can do it with you, because you know, if you're both on the same page, it makes life a lot simpler. It means that you both have the same expectations and some harmony there. So I've got mine here, and I've got Kylie's down here. She's asleep at the moment. She doesn't know I'm doing this, but we do this every year, and she'll enjoy the process. So the first one is relationships. I'm going to start off with writing some stuff on here, what I want to achieve in my relationship. You know, obviously time together, time with the kids, time with family, you know, trips we can go on, and things I can do to improve my relationships. The next one is adventure. You know, I want to have some adventure this year, and so some of it is personal and some of it is family. So I'm going to sit down there and ponder the next 2 weeks of adventures of things I can do. The next one is fun and contribution. You know, it's really important to be grateful for what you have, because if you're not grateful, you're not going to experience happiness. You know, happiness lives in gratitude, and the more you can focus on being grateful, the more happier you're going to be. And fun and contribution is a great way to get present to that. So contribution is, what can I give back to other people, and you know, can I make it fun? So I've got a couple of crazy ideas about, you know, doing like a mystery Santa for homeless people during winter with some clothes that we're going to buy. You know, we sponsor people in third world countries to give them microfinancing loans so they can start their businesses up and get their own economies going. And you know, I'm going to see what else comes up for me over the next couple of weeks. And what's really cool is my wife normally comes up with some really cool stuff, and I get to steal it as I go. That's a great idea. I'm going to steal that one. Health is really important. You know, if you don't have your health, you literally have nothing. If you're dying on a bed, you can't have any of the other things. You can't have relationships, you can't have adventure, you can't have wealth, and you can't have fun and contribution. So your health is usually the first thing that comes off the list when you're stressed out and you're pushing yourself hard, but you've got to keep that as a high priority. It's got to be an A in your diary. Basically, all these things become A's in my diary. You know, there's no point just having all work and wealth if you haven't got, you know, your family to go home to, because divorce is more expensive than losing a business, and you've got to have the fun and adventure as well. And so health is really important. It is the foundation for you to be able to do everything, and it's great to set some goals around there, and I can usually tie them into other things. Like, I'm going to do some ski races this year, and I come under Fun and Adventure as well. And what I can also do is make it under relationships. So we go on a family holiday and go do a race in Hawaii all together. And, you know, that could be a cool way of getting, you know, basically 3 or 4 birds with one stone. And last but not least is wealth, the big one. So there's always lots of opportunities, and we are abundant with opportunities, and it's about what I'm going to focus on to give me the best results. And it comes down to, for me, it comes down to time and energy. How much time and energy am I prepared to invest in this idea of creating wealth, and, you know, what's its likelihood of success? And how passionate am I about it as well is very important. So, you know, I've probably got 20 different ways I can look at making money this year, but I'm probably going to, you know, put them all down there and then cross a few out, and then come down to basically my top 3. And there'll be, you know, my number 1, which is probably the path of least resistance. And, you know, I've done those kind of homes before, those packages, and it's just a case of rolling them out. And so that's a fairly a no-brainer for me. And then I've got a couple of other things that we're going to be developing over the next year. Basically our next phase of wealth creation and development, and a new topic. So I've actually managed to master my one sector, which is investor dual occupancy living, and we've absolutely nailed that. And now I've earned the right to go on to the next step, and we're going to be going on to retirement, and that's a great area of wealth creation, and also great. We've got a really awesome model on how to give more to our customers. So that's it. So now's the time. Get your pens out, get your papers out, stick them on the wall, let them simmer, and then in a couple of weeks' time I'll send you another video on how we actually plan that out with our texters on our calendars. There is the website which I texted to you a few months ago. You can get these off the website if you don't want to write them out. There's also the calendar on there, so you can download those and print those off as PDF. Alright guys, have a great Chrissy break, and enjoy your planning.